What's going on, guys? So for a while I've been in talks with Chad Larson, founder of Dream Key Comics, about the character of Deathshroud and what's next for the series. And now some of you guys might remember that we covered the first couple of chapters a while back, with it being one of the best received indie comics that I've covered on the channel, with it featuring artwork from Kyle Hotz, whose work we've seen in Immortal Hulk, as well as Venom and the Carnage series, in addition to artwork and character designs from Ryan Stegman, just to name two out of the many talented creators that Chad Larson's managed to bring together. So for a while, many of you have been asking, when are we gonna get more? And well, I'm happy to say that time has come, because right now, pre-orders are live on ripascend.com for the 192-page graphic novel, which now includes 96 pages of brand new story content. And now I have links in the description where you can head over there and secure your pre-order, and we'll talk more about those details in a moment. But before I get into that, I want to do a quick recap of the character, because I'm sure for some people this story is going to be completely new to you. When I talked to Chad, he was just like, say whatever, just no spoilers for the new stuff. So before I show the new trailer, I'm gonna do a quick rundown of what we've covered on the channel so far. So to take things back to the beginning, Deathshroud, whose real name is John Azrael. He's a second lieutenant who was supposed to die in a Black Ops mission, but instead of seeing certain death, this tragic event woke up his latent ability as a Nephilim, with him being half human and half something else. And that's a question we had answered rather quickly in the first couple chapters. And this came by way of us finding out that for centuries, death had come to desire an experience that belonged to mortals, which was the creation of life. So he ended up making a deal with Jessica Azrael, who at the time was dying of cancer. So Death told her that he would prolong her life if she were to give him a child. So she agreed, and later gave birth to John. But it wasn't long after that when the Archangel Council found out. And this is when we learned that the Archangels had made a deal with Lucifer to conquer humanity and make them a subservient race. And the only thing they had deemed as a threat to actually accomplishing this was the existence of any Nephilims. So when the time came and they learned about John Azrael, they all was like, oh no, that little boy gotta go. Because as a Nephilim, the child had potential to grow extremely powerful, and over time, by nature, with him being half human, he'll likely grow connections, side with the humans, and mess up the Archangel's whole plan of conquering humanity. So for that reason, they sent a shadow demon to kill Jessica Azrael and her son, which resulted in her death in her attempt to protect John. And at this point, when Death showed up, the shadow demon took off, and looking back, I gotta say, it almost feels like Death showed up here like, oh, okay, gonna do my job, only to be like, oh snap, that's my baby mama. But when he gets here, she's already dead, the shadow demon takes off, so from here, Death ends up taking the young John to an orphanage, which then leads to young John bouncing around from one home to another for many years, before he begins his journey in the military. But another thing I appreciate about this story is that we also learn the reason why the Archangels didn't send any more shadow demons after John was basically because the one that they sent to kill him and his mother, he just went back and lied, telling the Archangels that he had killed them both, which was a huge mistake because it allowed John Azrael to grow older, discover his powers, which would later lead to him meeting Charon, the Shepherd of Souls and Warden of Death's Realm, who would go on to become John's mentor. And in what's most likely the dangerous part about the Shadow Demon letting John live is the fact that John has his fiancée, Elizabeth Adams, who is his strongest connection to humanity. So now he's really got a reason to fight. And last thing before I roll the trailer, I got a link in the description so you can head to ripascend.com to grab your pre-order, because as you can see, people are jumping on it like crazy, because it's already hit double the goal in a matter of days. Who knows where it'll be by the time you see this video. So if you want to get a copy, be sure to hop on it. The campaign ends August 29th, and your order will ship in September. And now with no further ado, here's the official trailer for the Deathshroud graphic novel. Enjoy.
My story should have ended on that mission. But somehow, I survived. Turned into some creature from my nightmares. The world I once knew is lost. My very existence is a threat to a cosmic order I didn't know existed. If heaven and hell want me dead, I won't go quietly.